Are y'all surprised? I'm not surprised. Are y'all surprised that we didn't have not one couple get married? Because I'm not surprised. Welcome to my channel. We're here. We break down reality TV shows with laughter and reenactments, all while giving it to you straight with no chaser. Because we don't just watch TV around here, we get into the things of the things. So sit back and relax. I hope you enjoy the video. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. Love is Blind, season 9, episode 12. Y'all, the one couple that I had hope in, okay, didn't even make it down the altar. Didn't even make it to the venue. We got some things to get into, but before we do, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through. And if you like what you see, you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before and you found yourself watching a couple of my reviews all season and you have yet to subscribe, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that, okay? Your girl got goals to meet. You like it here. I want you here. So I don't know why you didn't subscribe already. Just go ahead and do it. Do it right now. You know what? I'll give you a minute. Did you do it? Okay, good. If you're one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm really ready to get into these daggone weddings because, baby, the way the women got up there this episode and played in the men's face, we got to talk about it. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So the episode opens up with the men and the women at their bachelor and bachelorette parties, right? And Megan is starting to question her lifestyle changing. Is this something that she really wants, okay? Her friend said exactly what I've been saying the whole daggone season, is that she's falling in love with the child, and that's making her feel like she wants to be with Jordan. I've been saying that since they've been in the pods, that the only reason that she's bonded with Jordan is because of his son and his type 1 diabetes and the connection she has to that because of her father. It never had anything to do with Jordan, because I've been screaming it from the top of my lungs all season that they have two different lifestyles and that a relationship would just not work between the two of them. But her other friend is trying to play devil's advocate and was like, but what if you do get with him and now you have this beautiful family and then you grow that family? And I'm like, we already know that this is not going to work. Stop selling Megan false hopes. Megan don't even like Jordan for real, okay? We've watched them sit there and have these awkward conversations where he doesn't want to talk to her. He doesn't want to go out. He doesn't want to hang out. Why would she want to marry a man like that? So now while Megan is over there questioning her whole life and future, so is Allie. Now Allie's friends are questioning her about whether or not she's fine with being with a truck driver. Because Anton's a truck driver and you know, you could get looked down on by the community for marrying a truck driver. I'm like, well, damn. Truck drivers make decent money. That's what Allie said. Allie said he makes a decent amount of money. I know a few truck drivers who make decent money, okay? But I guess it's not enough for the lifestyle that she is trying to live and the image that she is trying to portray. And I don't know why she's really talking to her friends, because both of them are in the middle of a divorce. Now, Allie said that she's fine with dating him as a truck driver right now because that's not his only plans. Eventually, he wants to own a barbershop. He wants to open up a restaurant. So, like, if he only wanted to be a truck driver, then that would be a no for her. But because he has different plans and aspirations, she's going to go with it, okay? Now the girls told her, okay, they told her, listen, he has potential, but he also has the potential to be a truck driver for the rest of his life, okay? And are you fine with that? That's what I want to know. Are you fine with that, Allie? No. Because Allie has made it very clear that she doesn't want to cook, she doesn't want to clean, she wants to get Botox, and she needs a chef and a maid, okay? And she expects for her man to go ahead and pay for all of that. So I don't think she's okay with that, all right? But the one thing that I do agree with is the advice that her friends gave her when they told her that she only needs to marry him if she's fine with the man he is right now. Because that can be the man that you have for the rest of your life. And as soon as they said that, I said to myself, she's not going to say yes. She's not going to say yes because she's not fine with the man that she has now. Every chance Allie gets to sit down with Anton, she's always questioning him about something in his life that's just not adding up in her brain. Because obviously Anton lied about a lot of things, and that's very clear at this point. Now, while she's over there contemplating her whole life, Antoine said that he is willing to take this leap of faith, okay? He said, yeah, she's high maintenance. Yeah, she don't want to cook. She don't want to clean. She don't want to do laundry. But he values a lot more than that, okay? He just wants to have a beautiful woman on his arm and in his bed when he come home. That's all I got from it, okay? He said that it's a definite yes for him. So we already know going into this that Anton is coming in there at the altar and he is saying yes. And I was sitting there the whole time thinking to myself, like, Allie's not going to marry him. So the first wedding is Allie and Anton's. And Anton is sitting there like, his biggest fear at this point is Allie saying no. Because he can feel that. Like, I feel like he honestly can feel deep in his gut that she was going to say no. And that's why he was so anxious about it, okay? So then we find out from Allie that Anton's best friend fiance texted her and told her to just go with her gut. I feel like that's a warning. I feel like that's a warning because why would she text her like just go with your gut? Nah. I see. I would took that as, girl, what you know? What you got to tell me? Go ahead and tell me what you got to tell me because that's what it was given, okay? So the friends are like, so is that the girl who told you that he was a party boy and he was going to the strip clubs? And she was like, no, it's not her. That's just a girlfriend. And she's only been a girlfriend for about 3 months, so she don't really know nothing. I don't know if I could trust her. Baby, that's the one you can trust the most. Okay, because she has a fresh eye view on what's going on. That is the one you can trust the most. Now, I know you feel like she ain't been around long enough, but I feel like she's been around long enough to be able to tell you what's going on in that man's life. Why? Because she's friends with his friend and they be hanging out together. And if anybody would know, it would be her. And if anybody would feel a type of way, it would be her. So I hope you take all that into consideration when you get to that altar. And it didn't help that Allie's mother is sitting there like, I don't like the fact that he drinks alcohol. And she's like, well, Mom, I drink alcohol too. And she was like, no, not like he drinks alcohol. And that doesn't make it okay. And I don't like it. And it's very clear at this point that it feels like everybody is telling Allie, don't marry this man. Okay. Between her friends saying that he's a truck driver, they're going to look down on her. The mom don't like the drinking. All the signs were leading to no. Okay, even though it was very unclear what she was going to do, because she's like, give him grace and I love him and all the things are the things. But the thing that sealed it for me the most was when her sister came in there and her sister gave her a hug. And this is the sister who we didn't think was going to come, right? So when the sister came in there and when she said, no matter what happens out there, I'm not going to be happy because I don't approve of this at all. It was just like, damn, it seemed like her whole family is against this. Okay, against him and against this. Now, I know that when Anton's mom came in there to talk to her, you know, her mom's like, we like Anton. Stop lying. You just said that man be drinking and you don't like that and it's not okay. You basically put all the doubt in your daughter's head before she actually got to walk down the aisle. So cut it, okay? Cut it. Anton's mom went to join him and she gave him some encouraging words and she told him that, you know, she has to appreciate your soul, okay? Appreciate your soul and who you are down at the core because that is all that matters. And I totally agree. You have to genuinely like someone in order to love them and be with them for the rest of their life because the person you marry is a choice. You get to choose whether or not you want to be married to them and committed to them every single day. So I do believe that you need to like that person's soul, okay? And so she told them, like, if this doesn't work, then this is just your experience. And if it does work, then we love. And you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for the encouragement of it all. It was very sweet. And that's exactly what Anton needs to hear. Because you don't want to be with someone who you feel like you have to walk on eggshells around. And I feel like if Anton was to be with Allie, he would constantly be on eggshells, trying not to upset her with anything that he does. So they get down to the altar, right? And now it is time to figure out if love is blind or not. Now, let me tell you something. Allie and Anton had some beautiful vows. I don't know why they do these vows like that. Because they sit up there and they pull out their whole heart. Like, I love you so much. You the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh my God, since the first time we spoke in the pause, I knew that it was going to be you. And then the officiant asks them whether or not they want to get married. And Anton's like, I do. And after Allie has said this long speech about how, you know, she knew it was him from the first time in the pies and how she just enjoyed talking to him and she loved him and all the things, she turns around and say, I don't. And because Allie's vows was so nice and so sweet, I honestly thought that she was going to say yes. Because all the things that she said just was like, there's no way she's going to say no now, okay? But when she said that I can't be your wife, because the person I met in the pies isn't the person I grew to know, it contradicts everything she said in the vows. That's why I'm just saying here, like, why do they even do the vows first at this point? I'd rather them just do yes or no and then say what they got to say. Because how do you spill out your heart to someone and then turn around and be like, but I can't be your wife. I love you, but I can't be your wife. You're the best person in the whole wide world, but I can't be your wife. I enjoyed every last one of our conversations, but I can't be your wife. Like, the setup for this is very weird because I was sitting there like, dang, she might actually say yes. And she said no. No. And his family was not happy about it. Okay. They called her a cold hearted effing bitch. I said, damn. And she's in there crying because she's hurt. Okay. She kind of felt like she was hoping that he would say no so that she wouldn't have to leave him standing there. And like her mother said, it's better to do it now than to marry someone and then end up divorced or be miserable in the marriage. It's best to do it now. She honestly just feels like he lied about his whole lifestyle. And I do too. Okay? Even though I don't know what he told her because Love is Blind producers did not show us their journey at all, really. I don't know what he told her to know whether or not it was the truth or lie. But based on everything that we watched, it's definitely feeling like Anton lied about who he was. And because of that, I'm not mad at Allie. And I honestly don't feel like these two was a good fit anyway because they have two totally different lifestyles. So it was never going to work. Never going to work. She said down to his eating habits, to his working out habits. Like, it just feels like the person he portrayed himself to be is not the person who he really was. And honestly, I don't think Anton would have been able to live up to what she wanted him to be. And that would have put a lot of pressure on him. So I'm glad that these two ultimately didn't get married. And honestly, I'm surprised that they made it this long. I'm going to just be honest with you. So now it's time for KB and Edmund's wedding, okay? And KB is just so emotional because I guess at this point, everything is really hitting her. This is real. She's about to get married. And Edmund isn't any better, okay? That man is excited. And y'all know Edmund's a crier. So he is over there crying. Tears of happiness, of course, because he is ready to get married. He is ready to make her his wife. And I was just sitting there like, I felt happy for Edmund. I feel like Edmund hasn't experienced a lot of happy moments. And I honestly felt like this overjoyed him so much, okay? So when I found out that Edmund's mom did not come, I was pissed off. I was pissed off because there is no excuse for you not to be there for your son. And I just hate that. I feel like she's always abandoning him. And then she sits up there and comes on TV like, I raised you to be this and I raised you to be that. And you couldn't even make it to his wedding. Like, we giving her too much credit at this point. It hurt my heart that she was not there. KB mom went to go talk to him. KB mom showed up for him. And I'm glad that KB mom encouraged him and told him, like, don't worry about it. The people who need to be here are here. I love that. Because even Edmund's father was there. And I wish his father would have came and, said some things to him. But, he probably didn't want to be on camera. I'm just happy that he had some support because it has to suck for your mom not to be there. And then he says that it's not because of KB or anything like that. And I feel like whatever the reason was, there was no excuse to not be there for your son, especially knowing that there's a chance that he can be dumped at that altar. You need to be sitting right there for him, to comfort him, to be there for him, or even to just witness his beautiful marriage. Like, either way, you should have been there. No excuses at all. Now, Edmund, I was hoping that you would take that pick out your hair, but apparently you want to wear it to the wedding. So it is what it is, all right? Now, this scene between Edmund and his teacher had me in freaking tears, y'all. When I tell y'all that I was boo-hoo crying, like, I was crying uncontrollably, okay? From when she was telling him, like, how she has always been there for him and how she adjusted teaching him and how she knew he was going to be great and he was going to be special. It touched me because knowing Edmund's story, you know that boy has witnessed a lot. He's been through a lot. And when he talked about how she would make sure that he eats so that he wouldn't go to sleep hungry. She would make sure that, he had clothes and had things and all the stuff. And it just shows you how one person can impact your life and be there more for you than your own blood, okay? The fact that that woman was his 5th grade teacher and looked out for him all the way up until this day, came to his wedding, encouraged him, sat with him, talked to him, poured life into him. She told him that you can call me mom. I love it. I love it because I know that Edmund dealt with a lot growing up. I'm sure he was bullied because he's different. I'm sure he experienced a lot of abandonment from his family and the foster care and all the things and people told him he probably would be nothing. So I'm just happy that he has somebody in his corner encouraging him to go on and on and on. And no, he's not perfect because none of us are, but I'm just glad that he has somebody there to show him some love. Let me move on because that scene had me emotional, real emotional, okay? So now KB and Edmund get down to the altar. Listen, Edmund's a lot of things, but I am sure that he meant every word that he said when he was talking to KB. Telling her how much he loves her, telling her to go ahead, put the pressure on me. I got it. Like the plans that he has for her and the family. Like Edmund was ready in this moment, okay? Do I feel like he was gonna be able to execute all the things efficiently? Maybe not. But I do feel like he probably would have tried, okay? Now, KB returned this energy in her vows, but I'm starting to feel like KB is full of shit anyway, and she just does a whole lot of this, and I don't feel like she means half the things that she say anyway, okay? Because how can you sit up there and tell that man you love him and you love him more than life and call him baby and this, that, and the other and da 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 da, and then when it's time for you to answer whether or not you want to be his wife, you say no. But let me tell y'all something. When she shook her head before she can even say no, and Edmund had that outburst, I said, oh, he is about to lose his ish. He is about to lose. I was like, oh my God, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. But he didn't. He didn't. He was just like, but I love you, KB. I love you, KB. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, I hate this. I hated this so much because I knew that these two shouldn't get married, right? I knew that they weren't going to get married. I knew that this wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to last. But something about this moment really just really pulled on my heartstrings, and it just hurt me. Because I feel like Edmund said when he was talking to his teacher, how he said, I don't have any more options. I've tried everything. I really feel like he feels like there's nobody out there that's going to love him for him. And he finally thought he had one, and she said no. And here's my thing. KB, stop with all that I love you, baby, and all that stuff. No, you don't. No, you don't. You knew you didn't want to be with Edmund. So stop. I think she felt sorry for him. I think she thought that she could fix him and mold him. I think she felt like she was going to have a personal yes man, and she didn't get that. And I really wish she wouldn't have let it go this far. Like, I think she should have broke up with Edmund way before this. Because all I feel like this did was hurt him even more and embarrass him even more. And he composed himself very well, very, very well, because I just knew Edmund was going to flip out and have a tantrum and not be able to compose himself, but he did really, really good. And I'm glad that his teacher came over to him to comfort him. And even when, KB is in the back crying because she hurt him, and her mom was like, it's okay. It's okay because you don't want to be miserable. And she would have been miserable. I just wish she would have cut this off earlier. I really do. Because this Edmund and KB not getting married at the altar hurt me. And I knew that they wasn't getting married. And I knew that they don't need to be married. And I know that they wouldn't be good together. But the whole scene of it all really hurt me, y'all. I was sitting here like, ooh. Something about seeing it totally made me feel different. It really did, okay? So now we get to Megan and Jordan. And I was like, oh, we not in no wedding dresses. We not at no venues. Oh, we just chilling, huh? We just chilling. So when Megan told Jordan that they live two different lives, okay? And she told him that she likes to do things. And she's tired of doing things alone. She wants to do things with him. And he's telling her like, oh, I can't do these things with you. And you know I had a son. Why would you pick me in a pies if you know I had a son and I wasn't going to be able to do all this? Because she didn't expect for you not to be able to do nothing. She didn't expect for you not to be able to do nothing. Like, Jordan, please stop. You're not a full-time parent. Because when the girls asked Megan, was Luca going to come live with y'all? And she said, no, that's not going to happen. That let us know right then that you are not the full-time parent. You don't have him 24/7. People have kids and they do stuff, okay? People have jobs and they do stuff. Stop making it an excuse about, oh, I have a kid, I have to work, so I can't have no other life. No. Absolutely not. How do you think parents have date nights? And then sometimes you got to take the kids out to eat with you. Go to the movies. You sat there and you made this about money, and it was never about money. She wanted to talk to you. She wanted to hang out with you. She wanted to do things with you. It had nothing to do with how much money y'all was going to spend. She just wanted to hang out with you, but you are just so tired and you are just such a dad that you can't do anything else. You managed to get 10 days off of work so that you could go on Love is Blind, but you can't find the time to take your fiance out to eat. Please, Jordan, I don't feel bad for you at all. I don't feel bad for you at all. Because she wanted to invite you into her world. She wanted to hang out with you. She wanted to learn about your job. She wanted to learn about your friends. She wanted to love your son. No, it's not about money. It's about you and your insecurities. That's what it's about. And I'm glad that Megan noticed it now before she went along with it and married that man. Because she had no business in picking that man to begin with. Point blank, period. He said that he regrets introducing her to his son, and I get it. Because kids get attached fast. I totally get it. But Jordan, I'm sorry. I feel like you were the reason this relationship didn't work. Now, I don't know if y'all agree with me or not, but I feel like everything that Megan wanted from Jordan had nothing to do with money. That lady sat there and told that man, I just want to know what you do at work. I want to know who's the asshole at your job. I would like to go out to a restaurant and eat some dinner. I would like for you to come with me to, play tennis one Saturday morning. And that man said, I'm too tired. I got a son. I can't do nothing. He's boring and he's simple. And that's fine if that's the life that he wants to live, because she doesn't. And I don't think that she should be, and I don't think that Megan should feel bad for not wanting to be with someone who is just that simple, regular, everyday guy. There are many of women who do not mind going to work, coming home, and being in a routine and doing the same thing every day. There are a lot of people who do it every day. He'll find him someone, and she will find her someone, and they'll be better off without each other. Trust and believe me. And that was the episode, y'all. We did not find love on Love is Blind. If you would have asked me when we first started this season, if I thought we would have no couples at the end of this, I would have said yes. Because I can just tell from all the couples that got engaged from the pods that this was not going to work. And the one couple that I did have this much hoping, yeah, the issues that I thought was going to arise. Well, anyway, y'all, thank you so much for joining me this season. We will be back for the reunion. And I heard, I can't tell y'all because it's a spoiler. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but somebody is pregnant at the reunion. Don't spoil it in the comments for the people who don't want to know and the people who do know. But somebody is pregnant at the reunion. And the person that is pregnant, I'm very much so happy for them. So I'll be back with a review for the reunion for sure, okay? Get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about everything that happened this season. All the ups, all the downs. Did y'all think that this was going to be the outcome? Don't forget to like the video. Hype the video up. If you have any more hypes, you only get 3. So save 1 for me, okay? And subscribe to the channel. Stop leading me all the way to the altar and then dumping me there. Stop doing that, okay? Anyway, y'all, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.